Basically, we've just broken the 1 billion growth mark. Obviously, very strong growth on the top line. Our EBITDA is also up. We're looking at very strong growth for next quarter. We've been investing a lot in our fiber networks.
Expecting a strong growth, you've been investing a lot, but you certainly haven't been the only players that have been doing this. Safaricom has gotten on to a piece of that information data services streamline as well. Let's look at how you anticipate or how you plan on dealing with competition that's fast emerging.
Well, basically, on our core market or our core business, which is the internet business, as you know, we are one of the strongest contenders from the corporate side of the market. We recently, late last year, got into the residential, the retail part of the market, where we're doing very well. So we do anticipate more competition. However, by keeping our position in the corporate side of the market, which is growing very fast with the availability of international capacity, which has come using the fiber cables, then obviously we are going to be ahead of the curve by having invested in our local metropolitan fiber network.
You talk about investments, you talk about taking advantage of opportunity. At the same time, we've had a slew of companies that have released earnings reports of late highlighting that cost cutting has become an imperative. Are you having to budget more stringently in the current economic climate?
Yes, definitely. With the current inflationary tendencies in the economy and the downturn which had started late last year, there's some measures that we're taking. You would realize from our results that there was a slight dip, which was due to the fact that we didn't get some as good as results as we expected from the IT division. So obviously that we are going to be restructuring. It's already underway, and we're going to be putting more stringent budgetary controls and measures in that section of the business.
So getting a handle on costs on the one hand, at the same time, you've got to be concentrating on sales as well. That's the equation right now. The current formula, it seems, that many companies are using in this context. The global economic downturn had affected some of your clientele, though there were customers who closed their businesses because of the downturn. How hard have you felt the impact of those moves?
Well, basically for us, on the top end of the corporate market, we saw a couple of multinationals who were closing their operations in Kenya, obviously would either reduce the capacity they bought from us or fold up business altogether. That has also affected the NGO market, whereby you see a couple of donor-funded initiatives being closed down. The hit was not more than 2% of our, less than 2% of our core business. It wasn't that a hard hit, but then the financial crisis has definitely hit Kenya now. Not as hard as we'd expected, but it is there.
Taking a look at the way forward, what's your growth outlook as we progress through this, the rest of this year?
Well, since we've finished most of the investments that have been needed for the metropolitan fiber and getting the 2 international fiber connections in, which is Seacoms and Teams, we're now obviously poised for major growth. We're ready to serve the clients with the capacities that they need. Our 3 key initiatives, our focus areas, are actually going to be getting our metropolitan fiber up, working and clients connected. The second is obviously the restructuring of the IT division, as I mentioned. And thirdly is to push hard or market heavier towards the retail part of the market.
Yeah, well, we know that you have been shifting focus where in the past, your target had been the high-end consumer and corporate clients as well. You have been, as you say, shifting towards the retail segment, but many have been saying that the prices just don't make sense for a home strategy. Your response to that?
Well, our average cost for home connectivity is about $40 to $50. It is set at a competitive price within the market. The prices range from $30 to up and above $100 or $120. Now, the market is growing. With the influx of the international cables, the bandwidth prices will come down eventually as the market grows. But what we do need in this market is a much bigger or faster uptake of connectivity, which will then drive down the price.
On that note, let's leave it there, Kris. And of course, we will be tracking growth developments for the company moving forward. Thanks so much for having joined us this afternoon.